What got me interested in giving back after my transplant? Well, that's a really great question, especially for me, because most people that need a transplant know that they need a transplant. They've been ill for a long time, or, suddenly something happens. But I didn't know that I had a transplant until I woke up after the transplant. So 13 years ago, I was a successful businesswoman and mother. I had been a professional dancer for most of my life. I had a black belt in Taekwondo. I was strong and fit until I wasn't. And it really just started with a rash. I had a rash, and it went misdiagnosed as psoriasis for 3 months. And I went from taking dance class every day to needing a walker. I was on my way to get a muscle biopsy finally to figure out what really was wrong with me, as the rash kept getting worse and I started putting on weight and being unable to move. And I dropped dead in the doorway of my fancy home, was rushed to the hospital and put on life support. I was fortunate that I lived in Los Angeles and near a great transplant center, and I was taken to Cedars. And the only thing that would save my life would be a new heart. I had an autoimmune disease called dermatomyositis that destroys your muscles, but it does start as a rash. But for some reason, mine was misdiagnosed for 3 months. And so they listed me as an experiment, never expecting me to live. And then in 10 days on my actual birthday, I received a new heart. Then I was intubated and put into an induced coma for 2 months. And as I was coming out of it, I realized that I couldn't speak or move at all. I heard people saying, that I had a new heart. I don't know if it really set in, but what I was aware of was that I couldn't even move my little finger like that. I couldn't turn my head, nothing. And so I was literally trapped inside my own body. And there was a light in front of me, and all I wanted to do was follow the light. And I thank God, truly. I mean, it was the most amazing experience because I felt a presence there, a really strong presence, and it made me feel relaxed. And I really was ready to let go and follow the light. And then I smelled my 11-year-old daughter Jade's dirty hair. And it smelled like the barn where she rode horses. And we would fight about her washing her hair like every single night. And at that moment, I realized that I couldn't leave her. And so I made a promise to God that if he let me come back to being her mom again, I would spend the rest of my life giving back. And so I didn't really know what that would look like, but it was hard. And my whole new second life came out of a promise that I made to God. But, the love that you have for your child it's just bigger than everything, really bigger than everything. And so Ava's heart came out of my love for my daughter.